Joe had serious money problems. In desperation, he turns to God. Please, Lord, help me. I've lost my business. Unless things improve, I'm going to lose my car as well. Please, let me win the lottery. Lottery night comes, no luck. Joe prays again. God, please let me win the lottery. I've lost my business. Now I've lost my car. And soon I may lose my home. The draw comes round. Again, no joy for Joe. For a third time he prays, Lord, I've lost my business, my car and my home. Now my wife is threatening to leave me. I don't often ask you, but please, just this once, let me win the lottery. Suddenly, there is a blinding light, and Joe hears the voice of God himself. Joe, meet me halfway on this. Buy a lottery ticket. It's only a story, but it's true. We often turn to God expecting him to sort out our troubles without any effort on our part. But it takes two to tango. Nor is money the only anxiety that turns us to prayer. Health is another major concern. The Bible contains a lot about disgusting diseases. The book of Leviticus has no less than 2 chapters focusing on them. Itchy spots that may turn the hair in them yellow and thin. Diseased swellings on a bald head. Bursting boils that turn reddish white. You don't often hear these chapters read in church. They're the instructions to the temple priest on how to diagnose some of the horrible skin complaints. Read chapters 13 and 14 of Leviticus if you want to hear some really gruesome descriptions, but not, I suggest, while you're eating. Many of these skin conditions we would now recognize as psoriasis, vitiligo, or eczema. And so some modern translations of the Bible use the more accurate term skin disease. But the older versions use the more dramatic word leprosy. Leprosy was a feared disease. Lepers were outcasts, eking out their existence on the shadowy margins of society. Again, Leviticus commands, anyone with leprosy will wear torn clothes, disordered hair, and will cry out, unclean, unclean. So in today's gospel, Jesus is approached by a group of lepers. They keep their distance and cry out, Master, have pity on us. They're probably hoping for money or food, but that's not the gift that Jesus gives them. Leviticus commands that anyone who recovers from leprosy must be examined by a priest. If they are fully recovered, he performs various rites of purification. I was fascinated to read that this included anointing the big toe. Hence Jesus' command to these lepers, go and show yourselves to the priests. This story is unique to Luke. Although in chapter 5 earlier, Luke has a story of the healing of one leper, which is borrowed from Mark's Gospel, this second account may be Luke's development of that earlier story. If so, we can ask, what is Luke's purpose? Perhaps this expanded story enables Luke to examine the difference between a disease to be cured and the healing of the whole person. It is as they were on their way that the 10 lepers were cured of their skin disease. But only one, a Samaritan, returns. He falls at Jesus' feet and thanks him. Samaritans were a despised minority, outsiders. So Jesus exclaims, "Was none of them found to return and give praise to God, except this foreigner?" But note, although the Samaritan has already been cured of his leprosy, Jesus now goes on to say to him, "Your faith has made you well." In Greek, these exact words appear 4 times in Luke's Gospel. As well as here, they are also spoken to the woman who anoints Jesus, to the sick woman who touches his cloak, and to the blind beggar at Jericho. Yet sometimes this sentence is translated as, "Your faith has saved you." Curing the beggar's illness is just a one-sided transaction. Jesus gives, the lepers receive. However, the Samaritan, by returning to offer praise and thanks, enters into a deeper two-way relationship. It's about salvation. So now he is not only physically cured, but made whole, because he is included in an active relationship with the living God. The other 9 don't lose their physical health, but they miss out on that profound bond with the Almighty. For it is only when we give ourselves back to God that we really come to share in the divine life, the wholeness of life. The same can be seen in the story of Naaman. He starts by wanting to be cleansed of his skin disease, and reluctantly washes himself in the river Jordan. However, once he is cured, he wants to enter into that relationship with the living God. There is no God but the God of Israel. He even asks to take some of the soil of Israel back with him. So when he gets home to Aram, he can actually stand on some of the land of Israel to worship its God. We naturally bring our problems and needs to God. We may or may not find a cure or a solution. However, more important, God invites us to enjoy a close, living relationship with him. It has to be a two-way bond. We not only have to receive, we have to give. Therefore, let us, with that Samaritan, give thanks to the Lord our God and find with him that wholeness of life Christ gives. Amen.